Welcome.
Welcome to Outstanding Individuals. My name is Cody Lewis. This is...
Kellan Breen.
Yes, you paused a little too long, but it's my friend Kellan Breen. And we are here to fucking episode 6? Episode 5?
Episode 5 should be episode 6.
The best episode got erased.
Yeah, we filmed an episode and the hard drive just broke.
It would
that
have
was great.
taken us to the top, too.
It would have. I think it would have. It was, and honestly, it was during the episode, I looked at him and I go, this is our best episode.
Yeah. You said that multiple times.
Yeah. And it's not going to be, the computer store was like, we can retrieve the data. It's going to cost you $800. And I was like, well, it's not that good.
Insane. Yeah, it wasn't that good. It was actually pretty bad now that I'm thinking about it.
But we're back. Cody has roommate troubles.
Welcome to New York City, baby. Everyone always does I guess that's anywhere. With
Why don't you
roommates.
tell the story, and then I want to see the if anyone texts us.
Okay, so...
Do you want to talk about this?
Yeah, I'll talk about
Okay.
it. She started this.
She
okay?
did.
She posted my text to her on her story, so this is retaliation, baby.
All right.
So I have an apartment that I'm on the lease. I
Correct.
have a subletter. She's month to month. She's been month to month for 6 months. And I have my buddy moving in, so I texted her 37 days before move out.
That's 7 days more than you need to.
Yeah.
How many hours is that?
That's so many hours.
Probably a million.
Million hours tops. Or, yeah, minimum. Yeah. So I text her, I was like, hey, listen, you've been a great roommate, but my friend's moving in, so you're going to have to leave.
But it was much nicer than that. You were like, you've been a great roommate. I saw the text.
Yeah.
Like, but, I just have the great opportunity to live with my best friend, and I just, can't pass up on this. Like, it was very nice.
Well, Dion's funny. My mom, I sent the text to my mom. I'm like, hey, what do you think of this? She's like, let me make it a little nicer.
Yeah.
Because she's a real estate agent. She's like, I always have to send people bad news.
Yeah.
So she made it even nicer than it was.
She niced it up.
And then so I sent that, and then my roommate was confused. She's like, wait, are you giving your friend your room? Am I on the lease? And then that's when I had to be very clear, and I was like, no, I'm asking you to vacate the room by October 31st.
I don't know how she took it.
There's no way. I think she's just buying herself time.
Yeah. And then she didn't answer.
Didn't answer, and then posted it to her story and was like, guess who's looking for a new room? But kind of...
Yeah, posted the combo.
Yeah, but our private convo onto the story. And then the next day texted me. I was like, how could you do this to a person? I just got a new job, and you're going to fucking leave me on the street or whatever.
Did she really do that?
Yeah, I didn't tell you that?
No.
Yeah.
No fucking way.
Yeah. It wasn't... I just...
Did you make that up?
No, I'll tell you what she actually said.
My gosh.
She's like... Oh, so yeah. She's like, it's barely a month's notice when I'm starting a new job soon. I'm in shock. It's a terrible thing to do to someone.
Oh, my God.
And then she said, please give me my deposit back early so I can at least use that to find a new place easier.
And did you even answer?
Yeah, I was like, hey, I'm really sorry. And yeah, we can work out something with the deposit.
Oh, my God.
But now she's fucking not... She's leaving lights on. She's slamming doors. I haven't seen her.
Didn't she slam the fridge door the other day?
Yeah, slam the fridge.
Slamming the fridge door is insane.
It's insane. Especially that she's like, I'm mad. Fucking food.
The sauces could go everywhere.
Yeah, I heard them clanking.
Oh, my gosh.
And then today she left lights on, left a fan on. Now she's just trying to be petty.
Oh,
I haven't faced her yet, so that's going to happen. I don't know how it's going to go.
It's been a good, how many days?
3 days.
3 days, and you haven't even seen
The thing is, I don't see... We'll go weeks without seeing each other.
Yeah.
So it's just it's not nothing unusual, but to know she's sitting there just seething.
Yeah, well, ultimately, she was month to month.
Yeah. And the thing is, she could have left at any time.
Yeah, she could have fucked you.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
what am I going to fucking be mad? And dude, anyway. So that's what's happening with me. We'll update.
So text what you guys think.
Yeah.
Text me.
Am I the bad guy in this situation?
My brother sent me a text this morning, which I'm going to read. It was very nice. But he said, 2 votes for gay bar Bulge. We had talked about, if I were going to open a gay bar, I'd be Bulge. Cody said he would do big slings.
And it's something we might one day do.
Yeah, and we're probably going to do that. And then he said, Brooke, his girlfriend, even thinks a hot dog bar called Wieners could work.
That's my grandma's idea.
Was that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So she stole that. If you listen to episode 2 or whatever, she stole that. He said, I thought Game of Thrones was 500 AD. which we
Oh,
talked
we
about
last yeah. This is assuming we have people listening from
Listening.
1 week to the next.
But then he said Cody won the white guy competition.
Cody won the white guy competition. Look on the gram. We have a shortened clip of that.
Things white guys love was our segment. Cody won.
Although I do think yours is the best, where it's like white guys love big asses,
but
too
not really.
big, but not really.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That could be a bit. Speaking of bits, have you? Do we go into bomb bits right now?
I can do a bomb bit.
Because I got nothing except I'll tell an old story.
I have a bomb bit. Okay. Jokes that didn't work is the segment.
Oh yeah, bomb bit.
My joke the other day that didn't work is the other day someone I asked them their name and they were like, my name's Katrina, like the hurricane.
This was on stage, or is this?
This is what they said to me, like in person. I was like, what's your
yeah.
name? They're like, oh, Katrina, like the hurricane. And I was like, I feel like you can't do that name game with tragedies. This is how the joke goes. I feel like you can't do the name game with tragedies, you know? And then my other example was like, someone comes up to you and they're like, oh yeah, my name's Mohammed, like Mohammed Atta, the guy who hijacked the plane and crashed into the Twin Towers. I tried this at the mic. You were there at that mic.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, no one laughed.
Did it bomb?
Yeah, it bombed. I think it's a funny idea though, because
Yeah.
I work at a deli and someone was like, I was like, okay, I have a name, and they did say Katrina, like Hurricane Katrina. And I was like,
that is very
oh
funny. She said that.
oh my gosh.
I think in your example, you almost have to be like, oh, that'd be like if you're like, oh, my name's Oklahoma City bombing, as opposed to like the name.
And just exaggerated.
Yeah,
more.
but I don't know though, because maybe that it feels like when you're saying the name of a guy in 9/11, that's like way more steps to get to your point. You know what I'm saying?
I thought
Maybe.
I kind of thought like, oh, if you're over explaining it more, like I'm exaggerating, like I'm making it ridiculous that someone would say this. But yeah, it didn't work. Fucking nobody laughed.
That I think it's the best joke I've ever heard.
It's pretty good. Not even Bob. The other day we were at a mic and this like random old guy just comes in. He's like 80 years old and he was just.
He wears a fedora.
He wears a fedora and he's just loving life.
He laughs at everything like it's the best joke he's ever heard.
And that's why when he doesn't laugh at your joke, like if you tell one and he doesn't laugh, you're like, this must be fucking garbage.
Dude, this guy comes to the show at Broadway. Comes the one where comedians bring other comics, or bring people to get on stage. It's called The Bringer. Maybe we talked about that. Anyway, he always is like one of the people comics bring. So he's been to like 5 of these.
Really?
Of these bringers, and every time.
How do they know him?
Because he's a comic.
Oh, Bob's a comic?
Yeah, he gets on stage.
Oh.
But he sits at the front of the show. Every time he's at the front, and every time he laughs at all my jokes as if it's the first time he's heard them.
Do you think he just is forgetting them?
Maybe.
He might just forget.
Possible.
He might just forget your set.
We should have Bob on. That would be legendary. I always want guests on that you hate every time I have an idea.
You have Bob? Who else was your other?
I wanted like our barber. I wanted him on.
Our barber? No, he. No, the conversation is never interesting with him.
Yeah, but we would be like, what do you like to do to your wife? You know, we ask him the
that's
good
what we'll
stuff.
ask.
As the interviewer, we got to bring.
Hey, can you come on my podcast? I'm going to ask you what you do with your wife. I don't even think he has a wife.
Oh, well, now that's sad. We'll get him one. What if we set him up with a chick on the podcast? You hate
Bang
all my
Bus.
dudes.
That's Bang Bus.
That's casting couch, dude. That's sick.
All right, what was your joke that didn't work?
I'll just tell an old story because I couldn't. All my jokes suck.
All my jokes were. Your jokes were ripping this week.
No, none that were like a clear bomb. Where it's like I'm not saying they all worked. Like a lot didn't work. But when I first started comedy, like a few months in, there's this thing that happens as a white comic, where you start going to mics, you start seeing other races talking about race. So then, as a white guy, you're like, I can do that. Everyone goes through it.
Yeah.
Did you ever
white
go through
guys
that?
have it hard. I don't know if I ever talked about white, like being white. Like
Well,
being white. So what did you say?
Although what I said, I got up on stage and I was like, you know, I was in Sweet Green earlier and I thought, not isolation, what's it called? Segregation.
Segregation.
So I went to Sweet Green earlier and I thought segregation was over. But if you go in there, it's not, because on one side it's all white, on the other side it's all black. Meaning the employees were all black.
Oh
And
my God. Oh my God.
And it was the most silence I think I've ever heard, ever. And back then, Greenwich Village Comedy Club used to not be able to see the audience at all. Like it was like literally like it looked like there's like a black fucking curtain in front of you. And
Why? Just the lighting.
Yeah,
was
the
worse?
lighting was just like so powerful, and
You do this at a mic or at a?
yeah, it was a mic, but it was like a crowded good mic, and the silence was so bad.
That, the way you phrased it in the beginning, you're like, so like, you know, black guys talk about race. I'm like, oh, why can't I talk about race? And then you just told like a very racist joke. You just were racist. And I was like, you're not talking about race. That was racist.
I know. But I was just seeing what sticks to the wall, throwing shit at the wall.
Yeah.
Brutal.
I've seen like white guys say, I feel like they like see like a comic, like they'll see Louis C.K. has a few like N-word bits.
Yeah.
And they'll like see that and they're like, oh, I guess we could just like, I'm going to do an N-word bit.
Yeah, no, that's, yeah.
And then like at a mic, I'm like watching a white guy on stage like say the N-word and I'm like, you shouldn't be doing this. Like this is like, you're not Louis C.K.
Right. But people think the problem is it's not funny, first of all. Like my
funny.
joke obviously not funny. But they don't. Yeah, you got to learn how to navigate that. Even then, even if you're a good comic and you start talking
I think
about
there's
race,
like, I would think general rule of thumb.
just avoid.
Even if you're on stage with the mic and you do not say the N-word if you're a white guy. It's just not, I don't even, his bits are so funny with it, but it's not.
Does he actually say the N-word?
Oh, yeah, he
used
says
to?
it.
I know I've just seen him like talking to HBO, he like says the N-word in front of like Chris Rock and shit. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. And Jerry Seinfeld's just like,
Yeah. Whoa.
you can't be doing this.
Was that a
That's
good
an
impression?
incredible bit. Did you only tell it once? That was a good impression.
No. Yeah, only once. And then I was like, I mean, I have like a few things that I bring up race now, but even then sometimes I feel like it's too much. Like I have a melatonin bit, talks about a black person. I have doing a black guy voice, and now I have a bit about going to a black bar. And if I do all those together, it's just too much.
People
For a
like,
white
oh
guy,
my
they're
God.
like, come on, you don't talk about this.
Hey,
So
don't
like,
talk about this.
Talk about your penis.
Why don't you do what normal white guys do? Talk about your penis. Mention the penis. What's the best penis joke you know? Do you know one?
Like street joke or like comedy joke?
Have you heard a good either? Dan Adderman has the one where it's like, I think Adderman, I think his last name, where he's like, my health teacher like came into school one day and was like, all right, kids, like today I'm going to teach you. He walked in with like a banana and he's like, all right, kids, today I'm going to teach you how to put a condom on. And I have this banana here because I can't get a boner on an empty stomach. That's a great joke.
That's a great joke. I had a joke when I first started. This is a joke that's bombed. Where I would, do you think the listeners like, why are you telling these not funny jokes? They're so bad, they're funny. Maybe. Anyway, I was homeschooled, so for sex ed, my mom had to teach me, and all she did, she walked in to the kitchen and she's like, grab the banana, let's talk about it.
Grab the banana.
Like she was implying that she's gonna show me how sex work with the banana. I don't know what the joke was. I wish I didn't say that out loud.
What did people say? Were they like, what are you doing?
Well, the way I just set it up just now sounded like she puts it in her vagina. Is that what you're thinking?
No. You said let's talk about it.
Okay. Because
Also, I don't know any school where like sex ed like taught them. I feel like I learned just from like friends making fun of me for not knowing
about sex.
about sex.
You don't remember sex ed? You didn't have it?
Sex ed was like taught in my school. It was taught by like a girl who was like 23, and she was like so embarrassed. Like she would like say penis and like burst out laughing, and we're like, this is maybe one of the few things that would be helpful.
Right.
Like who gives a fuck about geometry?
Yeah.
When I'm like in 10 years.
Right.
But yeah, then I had it was just friends like saying things to me. I remember my one friend, I won't say his name, but he had gotten laid before me.
How old was he?
I think it was like in 10th grade or something. And he was like, I was asking about it. I'm like, so how? And he's like, you're gonna not think it's like, you're gonna think it's not gonna fit. He's like, don't worry, it fits in there. I was like, all right, okay. He's like, you're gonna like once you get to the start, like once you're about to do it, you're like, there's no way this is gonna fit. There's no way the penis fits. And he's like, it fits. Don't worry.
That's awesome.
And I'm like, all right. And like me in 10th grade, I'm like, okay, all right. I'll write that down.
Yeah.
I'll think about that.
Spit on it. Did he say spit on it?
No spit on it.
Say fucking spit on it, and it slides right in.
I had a friend who said, is that what your friend said?
I was just waiting for
Imagine
your
someone
reaction.
telling you that when you're like in 10th grade and you'd be like, okay, I can do that. And then you do it.
I'm sure that's happened.
And then the girl's like, what?
Yeah.
Did you just spit on your penis?
And you miss. It's like a big loogie and you miss.
Ah.
Or you hawk a loogie onto your penis. That's
Oh, okay. Gross. I had a friend one time who said, like, he was like, oh, look, we were in the locker room. He's like, it looks like Josh has a camel toe. And I, like, laughed. I was like, oh, I was just laughing because I was like, I didn't know what a camel toe was. But I was like, I'm just going to laugh. And hopefully I'll blend in. Hopefully I'll be a chameleon. And then he was like, do you even know what a camel toe is? I was like, yeah, of course I do. That would be insane if I didn't. And he's like, all right, what is it? I was like, it's a boner. He's like, no, you're an idiot.
That's unfair. I don't like
And then
that.
he kind of like made fun of me in front of everyone. I was like, and then I found out. I was like, oh, that's what it is? Okay.
So when he said it, though, he was kind of like...
He was being a dickhead.
No, but not to you. Like, he was like, I'm going to say camel toe and no one's going to know.
Yeah, just so I can show everyone what I know.
What a prick that guy was.
I don't think he's doing great in life.
I hope he's dead.
I think he might be dead.
Yeah, sex when you first start is so weird. Like,
do you have any like moments like that where your friends are like, oh, you don't know this?
Dude, when I was like in 7th grade, I went to a sleepover. Yeah, we're still doing that in 7th grade.
I think so.
And everyone started talking about is a bunch of dudes, you know? They're talking about the first time they masturbated.
Yeah.
And at that point, I hadn't.
Yeah.
And at one point, my friend was like, oh, he's like, yeah, sometimes I put my finger in a like circle.
Okay.
An okay if you're listening.
He does the okay.
Like
the white supremacy sign.
Yeah, yeah, that one. And he's like, I put it around my penis and then I fall asleep. And he said that and no one batted an eye. And then I was like, I've never done it.
And they're like, you're gay.
Yeah.
Then you're gay.
Yeah. And then the rest of the night, that's all they talked about. And I was so embarrassed. Like the next day I went to school, I was fucking so embarrassed that I hadn't masturbated. And now looking back, I'm like, that's the dumbest. Who gives a fuck?
That is so funny.
And, yeah, dude. It was
Imagine
so
your
annoying.
teacher like sees you getting made fun of and she's like, what's going on? Why is everyone making fun of you? You're like, I told them I haven't masturbated. And she'd be like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to go over here now.
No, she'd be like, come to my class after.
Yeah, that's every porn.
And I'll show you the D. I lost faith as I was saying that.
I feel like I have so many memories of just getting made fun of for like things. It's like, this was so not something to make fun of me for.
Yeah, in school, kids are just mean.
Yeah.
They say mean shit. And in the moment, you're like, this is the worst day of my life. And then look, you're like, dude, who cares?
I had in like 7th grade, we were in the hallway before school started, and we were just like throwing a ball around, and I hit a fire alarm. Not a fire alarm. Fire alarm. A smoke detector. Fuck. I hit a smoke detector, and it fell off the ceiling.
Yeah.
And I just put it in a locker, and then I cried. I was like in the bathroom, like, I fucking hit this smoke detector. I fucking like, I'm going to get in so much trouble. Oh my God. When in reality, if I had just left it in the locker,
yeah.
and like if someone found it, they'd have been like, oh, this must have fallen off and someone just put it here.
Right.
I like ended up going to the principal with it, and I was like a week later, I'm like, I hit this off and I didn't know what to do. And he's like, all right, like, look, you guys got to stop fucking horsing around, but I'll let it slide. And I'm like, oh, he's a saint. I can't believe he let me off. When in reality, it's like not a big deal at all.
Who cares? I did it in 7th grade. I was in a class, and it was like a really rowdy class. It was like about bringing a current events to class. It was like bullshit. And at one point, it was like route. Everyone's talking, and the teacher told everyone to stop, but I didn't hear.
Yeah.
And I was singing to like someone next to me, like Black Eyed Peas, "Where's the Love?"
Hell yeah.
Great song. Shout out Black Eyed Peas. And
that's so funny that you're like, have you heard the song Black Eyed Peas, How to Love? And they're like, no. And you're like, okay, I'll sing it for you right now. Let me just sing the whole thing for you right now.
Yo, side note, I had that happen as in a community college class. And I always get like the weirdest people attached to me, probably because I'm like too nice to tell them to fuck off. And this girl was like, she's like this cowboy girl with pigtails. She's really weird. And she's like,
she hot?
She was actually pretty, but so weird. Like it was like not worth it. And also when I was in the community college, I was younger. I was in high school taking classes. Yeah. So I was like young. She's like older. And she's like, oh, I tried out for American Idol. Yeah. And this was like during a break during class, like a 10-minute break. So she's like, yeah, I tried out for American Idol. I'm like, oh, really? Can you sing? Like thinking she wouldn't. And then she full on went on in the song, and it was like doing this dance, like staring at me, and everyone is watching her. It was like it was so embarrassing, and she like fully committed.
Was it good?
It was good, but in that moment, and the dance was all like shoulders, like it was it was like a very cringeworthy moment.
Did everyone like clap after?
No, everyone's like, what the fuck is going on? I mean, you can tell the girl's like kind of a weirdo, but it was still like so embarrassing.
Oh my god. So, but you're singing Black Eyed Peas?
Oh,
to this
yeah.
kid?
And then the teacher told us to quiet down. I didn't hear, so I continued singing. And then he's like, Cody, I told you guys to shut up. Now go outside. And he made me go outside, like as like a timeout.
Yeah.
And then I just fucking sat on the bench right outside the classroom just bawling. Like fucking bawling my eyes out. I was like so embarrassed.
Cody, I told you outside. Also, did you forget the classroom rule? No Black Eyed Peas. I fucking hate them.
Oh, it was horrible.
And you cried.
I cried.
What grade?
7th. Too old to cry like that.
7's too old to cry, but also like kind of last year you get to cry.
Yeah.
8th, if you're crying in 8th, bad news.
But in the moment, no, like now looking back, even then I'm like, you're children. But in the moment, someone sees you crying in 7th grade.
Yeah. I remember in 4th grade, I was like, in middle school, I was like, oh, if you get in an argument with someone, but then you cry, everyone in my class would like then immediately be on your side, no matter what.
If you cried.
If you cried.
Okay.
They'd be like, look, you made him cry. Like, okay, even if it was like that person's fault, like, you're going too hard. He's crying. And then everyone like kind of like, all right, I'm sorry. And the other person's like a dick. And in 4th grade one time, I got in like an argument with my friend Spencer. Shout out Spencer. And I cried because I was like, I was sad, but I'm also like, this is going to get me. I'll win the argument if I cry. And then my like 4th grade teacher, Miss Fitzgerald, shout out. She basically was like, hey, like, look, like, you know, guys, you know, you guys need to sort out your differences. Also, like, stop crying. Like, you know, you can't be crying like that. You're in 4th grade. And I was like, but no, this means I win.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right, I guess I can't.
Yeah.
This is it.
She made you a man that day.
She made me a man.
That's insane.
She slapped me. She said, stop crying. Stop being a little bitch.
Imagine, I wonder if like inner city schools, not to bring it to that, but they're
Just-
probably not crying in 4th grade.
I bet they cry.
Not like that. Like it's not like, oh, he's the winner. That's crazy.
You don't think you think,
I think even in that age,
I bet they cry. I bet they're just meaner.
right. I don't even know why I brought that up.
I don't know if like inner city school, like 3rd graders, are they meaner than like other 3rd graders? Can you really be that mean in 3rd grade?
Yeah, I think so. I think they're just harder life, so more shit talking.
Yeah, maybe they're
I don't
shit
know.
talking. You know, we're really showing how uneducated we are.
What am I going to go to inner city school?
Just to learn?
Well, have you seen those movies where the teacher goes in inner city school and changes the kids' lives?
With Hilary Swank?
Yeah, that's one of them. I think there's a few out there.
Dead Poet Society? That's kind of like something like
I've
no,
never
that's
seen
like
that.
a bunch of rich.
Is that Robin Williams?
Yeah, and it's like a bunch of rich kids. And then he's like, I think they have like pressure from their parents to like be great. And I think he like helps.
Is that the one with the green goo that makes him jump high?
No, that can't be. I don't know if that happened, but that cannot be in the same movie. Dead Poet Society, he doesn't eat goo and become a jumping machine. I don't know. Like, I have not seen that movie in a while, but that cannot be in there.
You never see it's Flubber.
That's
You
Flubber.
Yeah. You
It's
never
not
seen
Flubber.
Flubber?
No, Dead Poet Society
No,
is,
I know.
is not Flubber. Is Dead Poet Society also Flubber?
Yeah, when I met Robin Williams at a catering event, as I was working it, and we were all sitting outside smoking. I don't smoke, but we're all, and then he walks by, and we're like, "Hey, Robin Williams." He's like, "Oh, do."
Did he really do
Yeah.
like stuff like that?
No, he just was like, "Hey," and we're like, "Can we get a picture?" And he took a picture, and then I didn't know what to say. I was like,
And then he looked at you and he goes, I'm going to hang myself one day.
he's like, I'm doing it. That honestly is like right after.
Really? You caused it.
Well, I told him, I said, I didn't know what to say. I was like, "Hey, Flubber's my favorite movie," which I hadn't seen in 10 years. I haven't seen that movie in 20
Probably not
years.
even one of his greatest.
Not at all. And I think that's what did him over. He's like, I can't believe he did Flubber.
You think within the year?
I think it was within the year.
Do you still have that picture?
Yeah.
Wow.
I would have to find it on my Facebook, but did you see Flubber?
I did a long time ago, but I can't. I have no memory.
Speaking of movies, let's go into it.
All right, our mystery segment this week.
Our mystery segment is movies people get mad at that you haven't seen.
Now these.
Did I say that right?
I think that was right.
Yeah,
The way I
movies-
was wording it, I was gonna word it was gonna be so bad, but I was gonna be like movies that you haven't seen that people would be mad at if you told them you didn't see it.
Yeah, that's true though.
Yeah.
Everyone, because there's movies obviously like you go under the radar, but then there's people like, I've never seen Star Wars, and then everyone reacts like
Yeah.
it's the end of the world. Which if you haven't seen Star Wars, That's crazy.
I have not seen a lot of them. I've probably seen the classics
6.
with like Liam Neeson and Samuel Jackson.
Those are not classics.
Okay.
No, actually, I always like those. I haven't like watched them full through in a long time. But anyway, so we're gonna name those.
We're gonna
movies.
go. Me go. He goes. Me go. He goes.
Okay, you go. You start off first.
Titanic.
What?
I haven't seen Titanic.
What?
Partially because I already know how it ends.
That's that's the worst reason I've ever heard.
It's like, okay, the ship fucking hits a glacier and they all die. And then and everyone makes that meme like, oh, they could have both fit on the thing. They could have both fit on that door.
Yeah, but a few things. I actually watched it the other day because I haven't seen it in a long time. It's fucking so good. The love story is amazing.
It can't be good.
It's so good. It's like so good.
I'm kind of one of those people where I'm like, every time I'm watching an old movie, I'm like, I bet this isn't as good. I bet this doesn't hold up.
Yeah.
And then it probably does still hold up, and I'm like, I go into it a little.
Do you know what at watching the Titanic that bothered me? There's a few things, but one of them is they're like having the romance. You haven't seen it, but they're being chased by like, this is a whole thing. They're being chased by like the guards on the ship, and they're running, and they come out onto the deck, and they start kissing. And the guys on the lookout tour, their job is to look for icebergs.
Yeah.
They look down and watch them kissing. And then they look back up, and there's the iceberg.
It just appears.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if that intention was to kind of be like they kind of caused it.
Yeah.
But I don't think it is. But it just bothered me I even had to think like, is Jack and Rose the cause of the sinking? That's stupid.
It is also funny that they look away and then they turn back and it's like this giant glacier appears. Like, what are you talking about?
But the whole movie, they're like the captain's like, speed it up, fucking go. And so then this thing's fucking moving, the Titanic. And then it hits. Also, her boobs. Those are the first boobs I saw. I saw them in theaters.
There's boobs?
Are you kidding? You never seen it?
No, I've never seen. I never seen the movie.
Did you know there's boobs?
I didn't know there's boobs.
I
gotta look him up. I'll look him up.
Yeah, she's like, she's like, he draws naked ladies, and then she's like,
I know
you
so
draw
little
me?
about it.
Yeah, so he draws naked ladies. Also, this is funny. He like has his sketches, and she's looking at him, and they're like all naked, and she's like, oh, you like drawing naked women? And he's like, no, I love her hands. Look at this woman's hands. And it like zooms in on the hands. And it's like, dude,
But also, you made the model naked.
Yeah, she's her vag is out and everything.
You made the model derobe. Will you derobe so I can paint your hands?
You knew there was a robe involved. So
well, I just assumed. I really haven't seen it. I've seen the last scene, just him floating there. Like,
why do you think? How did you come with the robe? Derobing is is that a timely thing?
I think just derobing can imply getting naked, no matter what.
Yeah, but no one derobes in this current age.
Well, it was Titanic. What do you tell me? Say your movie.
I just can't believe you used the word derobe.
Derobe.
She does derobe. Like that's a huge how she drops her robe. Okay, my one of them is Up.
Up. I don't even think is that good of a movie?
Yeah, that's one of those movies I tell people and they're like, "What? You've never seen it?"
I think like one time in like high school we had like a sub and they put it on for like a class, but I saw like the first like half hour.
I don't know if this segment works if you haven't seen the movie.
Yeah, it's just like, all right, next one. We have nothing to say about that.
Yeah, well, you should watch that.
Forrest Gump. I've seen scenes.
Classic.
And I just never sat down start to finish.
The thing is, I haven't done that in a long time, but it's good. That is a great movie. The one thing, there are some things. I don't know, when he's like mentally challenged, but he's not.
It's funnier that I've seen Waterboy and not Forrest Gump.
Those are similar movies.
Yeah.
You can make the argument they're the same
Adam
movie.
Sandler. Way better.
Mentally challenged.
You know, Tom Hanks, the big theory going around that Tom Hanks is a pedophile, so.
Who says that?
It's everywhere. Look it up. Google it.
I refuse. If he's a pedophile, I'll quit life. That's insane. He's the greatest. He's like the man of our generation.
Big thing on it. Tell that to the children. Tell that to the victims.
One time my buddy was like, dude, you have the opposite voice of Tom Hanks. And I was like, that's the meanest thing anyone's ever said.
What was he implying?
Tom Hanks has like a very soothing, nice voice.
So you're saying your voice is just
shrill.
All right.
Fuck him.
What's your second one?
Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
I haven't seen it either. So,
oh my God.
all right.
We should have went over these.
We should have. All right.
This is the worst segment of all time.
My next one, The Godfather.
It's long.
Have you seen it?
Yeah. I was looking at like top 100 movies and I've seen most of them.
I'm just not a movie guy. Maybe was this even a good segment? I thought this would be good.
I thought we would be we were riffing with the Titanic, the roving, and then you
But
cut
then
me off.
we've all just not seen all the movies.
No, Godfather, it is good. It's long. I watched Godfather 2 for the first time.
What would you give it on a 1 to 10?
I mean, I only saw it once. And let me tell you something in film school. Some like famous film writer was like, you don't see a movie until you've seen it 3 times.
Oh, that's the worst. That's so annoying.
But it's true. Like, there's so much shit you get over on the
I
second
could almost
viewing.
understand twice. 3, by the third time.
Maybe
what am I
it
fucking
was
doing?
too. Yeah.
Why am I watching this?
It's fucking so yeah. The Godfather's good. It's long, and sometimes those old movies are like the acting's like no, it's great. The acting's amazing. What am I talking? It's a great movie.
Is it better than Goodfellas?
Nah.
Goodfellas rules.
Good. Yeah, you seen that?
The first part.
Really?
I remember I watched with my dad the first part. There's 2 parts, right?
No.
Or it's like we watched like the first 2 hours and then we were like going to bed and we're like, oh, we'll finish watching tomorrow. And he's like, oh, don't bother. This is like now they all get caught. It fucking blows.
Oh,
He's
really?
like, don't watch it.
You
It's
just
fine.
like shut that down.
But I was like, all right, yeah. I don't really like watching movies where the guy, like the main character, is kind of like losing.
Yeah, but he's winning for most of it.
So that's all I watched. I love like Suits was one of my favorite shows. It's just like an attorney and he's like always winning and he's like fucking leveraging people and I'm like, this is great.
Like nothing bad. Like he never.
Yeah, like people who watch depressive movies, I'm like, this seems like the worst. Like, what was that one, Manchester by the Sea?
I was gonna bring up that movie.
I would never watch that because it's like everyone's like, oh, it was so sad, I cried. I'm like, then why are you?
Yeah, there's a scene. Oh my god, that movie's horrible. Because you know what happens.
No.
Spoiler. He like leaves his like cigarette in the. Somehow he lights his house on fire.
Yeah.
And kills his whole family.
Oh.
But the scene is gnarly because he leaves. I think he's drunk. He goes to the bar and he comes back and the house is just gone.
Oh.
And he's like, oh, and then he like fights people and shit. He's very sad.
That's got to be rough coming home to. But also, am I stupid to assume if I woke up in a house, not an apartment complex might be a little different. No, even if, depending how high you're up, I'm on the 3rd floor. If I woke up and there was a fire in my kitchen, I don't see how I'm not getting out of the building.
Can I tell you something?
Can I just run through? I've run through a campfire.
Yeah.
Why can't I just run out of a burning building?
I guess you could.
What's stopping me from running?
Well, here's the
The
thing.
flames can't burn me.
Yeah, but if you're talking like if there's like a doorway on fire, but if the whole house is,
I still think I'm running through that house.
maybe.
What probably happens is the mom wakes up, try to save the kids.
Well, do you know what happens? And actually learned this in a speech class because a guy did a speech on it. Is you always think, oh, the house is on fire, I'll wake up.
Yeah.
But there's something in smoke that like if you're sleeping, it puts you in a deeper sleep. So that's why so many people
They just perish.
Yeah, they just perish. And that's why
Wow.
obviously fire alarms are so important. But I think that does happen where people are just like fucking it just puts them in a deeper sleep, then they burn and they're dead.
You ever hear Dimitri Martin's fire alarm jokes?
No.
I think he has 2. One is like there should be a setting for fajitas
That's so
where the
funny.
fire alarm's like, wait, let's not be really annoying. He's making fajitas. And another one is like he doesn't have a fire alarm, but he just leaves, I think like popcorn bags around his house. He like wakes up in the middle of the night. He's like, oh, it smells amazing. Shit, I got to get out of here.
That's so good.
Fuck, I got to get out of here.
That's hilarious.
Shout out to Dimitri Martin.
Do you guys got fire alarms in here?
I don't know if this works, but I do.
Also,
I don't know about the bedroom though.
fucking my when I was younger, my little brother caught the backyard on fire.
Nice. How bad?
So he did it twice. Like we live on an acre, and it was in the summer, so it's like all dead grass.
Yeah.
And he like lit a firework and then threw it into the field.
Amazing.
And then so we're all inside. He comes pounding on the glass. Like my parents are gone. Comes pounding on the glass, and he's like, "Oh my god, the fire!" Blah blah blah. So we all run out there in like a panic.
Yeah.
And we're like trying, and the fucking flames are going everywhere, and we're like trying to stop it from going to the house. And at one point, my neighbor comes over. He's like a kid our age, and he's like standing on the fence, and he's like, "Hey, you guys need help?" And we're like fucking running around like in a full panic. And we got that out. And then literally fucking it was probably a month later, he's weed whacking, and it catches, and fucking same thing, field goes up. But this time he like came and knocked on the window, and we were like, all calm, and we're like, okay, make sure the house. And
Yeah.
we're like, got the hose, and it was like a whole different thing.
Oh my god.
But both times, like, fucking, you don't realize how fast.
It goes so fast.
Yeah, like, we used to do like Christmas tree burning parties. Is like part of like our New Year's. Everyone
Yeah.
bring their Christmas tree, and how fast those go up is like the
It's
most
nuts.
insane thing.
We had a friend. We were playing basketball in my driveway, and then we like look at his house, and we're like, "That's a lot of smoke." I'm like, "Is someone barbecuing over at your house?" He's like, "I don't know. Let me go check." And then he like runs, and then he quickly runs back, and he's like, "Call the fire department now." We go over. His whole house is just like on like completely like the whole side is on fire, and then we like go in the house, and we're like, "Hey man," like his two brothers are in there. We're like, "Guys, you need to leave. Like, that house is on fire." And they're like, "What?" And then they come out, call the fire department. But while it's showing up, it took like way too long for them to show up.
Right.
All the neighbors are just like doing like buckets of water from the pool
Oh.
and just fucking trying to get
Did they get it?
it. A lot of it went on fire, and then they had to like, they couldn't live there for a while and everything. But the fire department took so long to get there. The fire department in my town growing up was just like a bunch of old retired guys.
Right.
So when we called them, it literally took them like a half hour because
Oh,
they're so
shit.
fucking old.
Also, the way you like talked about running through a fire was as if you've never seen a fire in real life.
I've seen fire.
But you've seen like a real house fire.
I've seen how.
And you still think you're
just
running
run
through it?
those flames.
Oh my god.
Doors on fire. I like in every movie, like they go to run out the door and the doorway's on fire, and they're like, we can't. Just fucking run through. What do you mean?
I think you're underestimating the power of fire.
I am gonna eventually be killed in a fire, and this will be a viral clip.
Evidence right here that he does not know what he's talking about.
All right, let's do our third segment.
Wait, I got one more movie.
Oh, you got one more movie?
Top Gun.
Yeah, I never saw Top Gun. Either.
Oh my!
This segment
it's
sucks dick because none of us have seen it. I can't even like try to convince you.
Yeah. What movie? Let me think of something. Oh, I got more.
I have honorable mention Scarface.
I've seen Scarface. So 80s. There's
Yeah.
like good scenes, but then there's like a montage of them like having a good time in the middle, and it's so cheesy. You're like, how is this in this movie?
Yeah, yeah.
Because like a very serious movie. Good Will Hunting.
Love it.
Love it.
So good.
Really?
It's honestly really good. Matt Damon's great. And a great story about Matt Damon and Ben Affleck with that movie is something happened where like they were homeless, or not homeless, they were like very broke, and then somehow they got like $20,000. They like sold another screenplay or something, or like a production company gave them an advance, and because of that they didn't get jobs, and then they wrote Good Will Hunting. And then it got like another Robin Williams.
Classic. Do you think with like that situation, do you think Matt Damon and Ben Affleck would have found their way to stardom eventually?
Both very handsome,
Talented.
talented.
Is Ben Affleck talented?
Hell yeah, bro. You ever see him in was he a good
Gone
Batman?
Girl.
Gone Girl's great.
I just feel like he's always, there's something about him that I do like him, and I like some of his movies, but sometimes his acting, I'm like, are you a good actor? I don't know.
What's his best movie? Gone Girl?
What is his best movie? Batman?
I don't think he's a good Batman.
You don't think what?
I don't know if he's a great Batman.
I think he's a good Bruce Wayne. Let me look. Ben Affleck's best movies. He doesn't have like. Oh, The Town. Awesome.
Oh, The Town's supposed to. Yeah, haven't seen that.
Argo's good. Armageddon. You seen Armageddon?
No,
Dude, come on.
I'm not a big movie guy. I'll watch the same series like 4 times.
Yeah, he has like those.
All right, his movies suck. Ben Affleck, you suck. You totally suck.
Yeah.
Let's do life hack.
Okay, life hack.
All right, I have a good life hack. Okay. My life hack for this week is if you are dating someone who is very into astrological signs and stuff like that, I feel like that is looked upon as bad. People will be like, oh, this sucks. Like, if you went on a date with someone, like, how was it? You're like, good, but she's like really into like the moon and like rocks, and she's like totally like obsessed with this stuff, and it's like, oh man, get away from her. I feel like that's kind of like,
yeah, everyone says that.
use this. Don't get away from her or him or they. Use this. Use this to your advantage, okay? That I have written down. Baby, I wasn't being lazy. Saturn is in retrograde. How could you expect me to do the dishes when Saturn's all fucked up? I have another example. I would go down on you, but the stars are not in alignment. I thought I had one more. No, that was really it. You can use it. It's a waxing moon. We can't go on a date in the waxing moon. Just learn. Oh, she's into astrological signs. Learn about it. Use it to your advantage. Or he or they.
Or, yeah. Okay.
That's what you got to do.
That's your life hack?
That's my life hack. Don't, someone gives you lemons, make lemonade.
Right.
Stop complaining about that you just got lemons.
Can I say one thing
Make
about
some
your
damn
life
lemonade.
The problem is you would have to study.
Yeah, so you just fucking Google, you could just, an hour.
But then if she knows you're into it, because a girl did this to me. We, had a date. It went well. I ate her out. And shout out.
Shout out to
Let everyone know if she's out there. Tell your friends I'm good at that shit.
He's good at that.
And she's like, oh, what's your sign? I was like, yeah, blah, blah. She made me download the app.
Yeah.
And then it was like a point of conversation where she's like teaching me about it. And I was like, I can't go through this.
It's just every date you were like, this is brutal.
Yeah. And so that's what I'm saying. It's a good hack. I get what you're saying.
But it could be a little bit, it could overtake your life a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, you don't
shut
have to
down hacks.
You don't have to marry this person, but you can use, this to your advantage.
You're right. Don't go down on her because the stars.
The stars are not in alignment.
That's fucked up.
Stars forbid it.
Yeah, that
Right.
seems misogynistic. At least
You could do it as a woman. You're dating a man who's into the alignments.
Oh, he's gay.
Well, first of all, ladies, you're dating a man who's into astrological signs. You're dating a gay man.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh,
that man's gay.
I was also, side note, I was on Grindr. That someone put my profile on Grindr.
Alleged. Cody, someone found, apparently someone we know found Cody's profile on Grindr, and they're like, Cody, someone's using your pictures for Grindr, and Cody was like, what? That's crazy. What do you mean? And we're like, this could be a perfect cover.
Yeah. Oh, and that was actually, I thought that was a good idea for a life hack. You put a bunch of fake profiles.
You make a bunch of fake profiles.
And then, but there's a real one, and then you're like, someone's like, I saw you on there. You're like, what? These are fake. Well, but really, you're fucking downing guys' cocks like it's a banana split, dude.
Okay. Is that how you eat a banana split?
I don't fucking know. That's how I eat one.
Do you eat a banana split by deep throwing the banana immediately?
You never ate a banana split? That's how you do it in Cali.
I'm not a big fruit and ice cream guy.
Oh, here we go. Let me guess a life hack about that.
Don't eat fruit ice cream. All right, what's your life hack?
Anyway, but honestly, though, I wasn't on Grindr. Shout out. Also, do you think maybe the person who told us, he was trying to trick me into just being like, I'm gay. He's like, I'm going to pretend.
Maybe he's just trying to let you, he's doing an assist.
Yeah.
He's doing the come out assist.
Which, that's pretty good.
I have another joke that doesn't really work, but let me pitch it real quick because it has to do with this. I think the best way to come out as gay is through dance.
That's funny.
And then I would say, you ever see a friend just using his hips a little too much? And you're like, holy fucking shit, I didn't know Kevin was gay. That's amazing. It's a little, he's really kind of upstage, or what's the word?
Outstaging?
It's kind of annoying that he's doing this at our wedding, but regardless, we support him.
Right.
Something like that.
I think that's funny.
It never did great.
You might just need to get specific, but then people can be like, oh, well, not all guys who dance are gay. Like that. Yeah, but people think thoughts like that.
It's a joke. Or I did a limbo. Someone's too good at limbo.
Yeah, that's
whoa.
Good. It's the splits. You got those splits in there.
Yeah, a guy that can do a split. Or if a guy does a split, he's at least bi-curious.
Yeah. What if you're also you think he's gay, and then you're like, wait, he's doing the robot. He bangs.
The robot makes you straight.
Yeah.
That's true. The opposite. Yeah, the opposite. Yeah. The straightest dance you could do, the robot.
Or pop and lock.
Yeah.
Kind of gay.
I think men, though, you can dance now.
Yeah.
50 years ago, I feel like if a guy's out there dancing with his hips.
Yeah. You're over.
People are like
come home from the war.
Yeah, you're going to come from the war and then fucking do the cha-cha slide?
Just PTSD, as look to your left. I don't know the song. Cha-cha.
Grenade. All right, what's your life hack?
Okay, so I was this is the first time I brought a real life hack.
You have been shitting the fucking bed on life hacks.
Yeah, this one I think's real, but I almost feel like you're going to make fun of me, but that's part of the fun. I was at an outdoor concert, and this has happened anytime you're like a big event and there's all these outhouses.
Yeah.
You go into the bathroom, you do your business, you go to get the hand sanitizer, and it's out. And that means your hands are already dirty, and then you touch the dispenser that has poop particles, but then you didn't get any sanitizer, so now your hand's twice as dirty.
Ugh.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah. So what I did is I just took a little piece of toilet paper, pushed the dispenser with it. It was empty. I walked out.
This is... I don't even feel like what is this? I don't even know if this is a life hack.
It's saying grab a toilet paper, use it to protect, and if there is no sanitizer, you saved yourself a poop finger.
I'm pretty... If it's a gross bathroom, don't even wash your hands. You touching more things...
Right.
Is gross.
But what about the hand sanitizer?
No, even that. Just like, you ever been in the bathroom and you're like, this is so gross. I'm just going to fucking pee. I'm going to flush with the foot.
Yeah. Why flush? I don't flush.
Maybe I don't even flush
don't
because
flush.
this is so gross and I'm just going to leave.
Any New York bathroom in a park is that.
Is that.
It's
yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah, just don't even, you're going to touch the knobs to the sink and it's, no, just get out of there. Your penis is clean, okay? Everyone showers. Most people shower.
Yeah.
If you got a clean, I don't understand. If you got a clean penis, why do I got to wash my hands?
Can I say, though, what I've noticed in bathrooms, even in nice places, a lot of guys don't wash their hands.
Yeah, because they probably got clean penises.
Yeah, but you don't know that. Are most penises clean?
I would say the overwhelming amount of penises are clean. I would put it at 60%.
60%?
I would say 40% of penises need to be a little cleaned, a little more cleaned.
You have no data to back this up.
My penis is clean. That's data.
Right. Do you scrub your penis?
Hell yeah, I scrub that penis. Dove soap.
Yeah. Do you put the bar on your penis?
Sponsor me. Hell yeah, bro. Not like, I scrub the whole area.
The first time I masturbated was in a shower with shampoo.
Was it good?
Felt great.
All right.
Actually, do you know what happened? I did it. It came. I was like, that felt amazing.
It came.
Back then it was an it. And then the next day or two, I did it again, and it didn't work. Like, the penis was hard, but no cum came, and I was like, did I imagine the first time that semen came out? Because there was shampoo, so it all looked the same color.
And then what? And then you figured it out.
And then
You
I finally
Googled?
figured it out, and I was
You
like,
went on a deep dive in Google.
that's back before Google was as accessible.
Siri, I'm coming shampoo. Is it normal to cum shampoo, Siri?
It's green, too.
Guys, also, this is something I meant to talk about. I have to shave my beard tomorrow. So next week you're gonna see. No one watches the YouTube, but I have to shave.
There's gotta be someone watching.
I got a commercial thing, sorta. It's like a commercial sketch.
He's an actor now.
I'm
Did
an
you know
actor, but I have a commercial. I have to shave. I'm a little nervous about it because I had a friend who shaved one time. He had a similar beard, and he shaved, and then the next day I saw him, it was all dry.
Lotion, moisturizer.
I know, but he was like, I did lotion it, but it just takes, it's going to be dry for like a few days. And I was like, oh my God.
But it like gross? Like,
I have pretty oily skin, so I think I'm going to be fine. But I'm a little nervous about it.
you're gonna look funny as hell.
I might. I told Cody the other day, I'm like, hey man, I got to shave for this thing. And he was like, oh really? He's like, my dad, when he had a beard and he shaved, we would just like make fun of him for a week. That's what he said to me. I was like, oh, okay.
You just look so bizarre when you show up with no beard after years of beard.
I'm going to show up to work with that one. I haven't shaved in 8 years.
Yeah, everyone, dude, that's gonna be. You're gonna get so much shit. All the customers are gonna be like, whoa.
I got so I got that, and then also a lube company. Did I tell you this? A lube company reached out.
I'm a big fan of lube.
Of Becca and I. Maybe I'll give you the lube. And they were like, can you do like a sketch about our lube?
Really?
Yeah. So I'm doing that. They're sending me a box of lube. This is my idea for a sketch. Let me think if you like this. I'm going to pretend to be a superhero.
Yes.
And I'm going to go like to the door. I'm going to be like, all right, Becca, like I'm going to go, I got to go save this woman. She's like trapped in a crevice. She's stuck in a crevice. I got to go pull her out somehow, but I got to figure that out. And she's going to be like, oh, before you go, like this might help. And then she shows the lube and she throws it to me. I go, what is this? And she goes, that's the lube 10,000, blah, blah, blah. And she starts like selling it.
Right.
I go, oh my, this is amazing. This must be $1 million. I can't use this. This is $1 million probably. And she goes, no, actually, it's very affordable. And then she says the price, and I go, oh my God, that's amazing. And then I go, hey, maybe if there's any lube left over when I get back, you and I. And then she goes, no. And I go, all right.
That's funny. I think it'd be funnier if you just fucked her.
On camera.
Yeah.
I film it. This company's like, can you advertise our lube? And I'm like, yes. And then I send them a sex tape. I'm like, what do you think? What do you think for the Instagram ad is a complete sex tape?
That would be very funny to film that like a Zoom call, and you're like, that'd be like a Nathan for you thing.
Yeah.
You like make them watch that.
You go, what do you guys think? They're like, is this just you having sex? Yeah, but with the lube. But like, it's the lube's in there. Look at the lube placement. Look at the bottle placement.
Wait, so will you guys use that? Do you use lube?
No lube. So if you want the lube, I'll give you the lube.
I just bought some lube.
Well, you can get more.
Wait, so then what's your incentive for doing it?
$1.50.
Oh, you get money.
Yeah, they're gonna pay.
Oh, I thought they were just giving you free lube to do it, but then you don't use lube. I was like, huh?
No, I mean I would still take the lube. I'll take anything free. If it's free, it's for me. I can't wait until I want to just get more Instagram followers for free things. That's that's a big incentive. Yeah,
but is it good stuff? That's what it's like. I mean, I don't know. Like, what if they reach out to you like, try our hat, and it's just the dumbest hat?
I'll wear that hat. What kind of hat would it be?
Giant cowboy hat.
Yeah, I like a cowboy hat.
Okay, fine.
All right, do I have something? Oh, I have a new idea for a segment that maybe we can adopt. It's called Something I Want to Talk About.
Okay.
And then we just say something when we want to talk about. Like, kind of like, I like this or I don't like this.
Something that's bothering you.
Something that's bothering me.
Isn't that the whole podcast?
Yeah, but this is like a specific, like, hey, I noticed this and I don't like this.
Right.
Or, hey, I noticed this and I do like this.
It's just a rant.
Yeah.
Rants.
I have a good something I want to talk about.
Do it.
The other day I saw this, like, cooking video, and it was, like, one of the most unhealthy things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And they're like quick, easy meals. And it's like it's like take a pound of cream cheese. Take this. Add it to the fucking, the tater tots. And I'm like, I'm going to die if I eat this.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't an easy, if I wanted to do just something easy, I would just go to McDonald's.
Right. If it's just junky anyway.
Yeah. I feel like these cooking videos where it's like something like that will kill you. I'm like, no, this is bad.
But sometimes they look so good.
It does look very good.
But I would never. Have you ever followed a cooking video from Instagram?
I don't think so.
I always thought it'd be a pain because you'd have to pause, write the recipe, or I guess you'd screenshot it.
Yeah, sometimes they put the recipe in the beginning.
Yeah, but you're right.
But
I don't know. I don't cook.
I don't. So. I don't really. How often do you cook? You think?
Cook?
Yeah.
Fucking never.
What do you do for dinner?
Well, I mean, generally I'm out.
Yeah.
But I try and do the first 2 meals at home. But I'll do like rice and sausage. That's a big meal for me.
That's nice.
With goat cheese.
What kind of sausage? Meat hook?
No, it's like turkey from Trader Joe's.
Oh, with cheese?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I've been making that I like? Meatballs.
Yeah.
Meatballs and rice.
It's too much work for me.
And so what's your big dinner? What's a place you go for dinner a lot? Chipotle?
No, I don't go there that much. Oh, Pokey. That's like the main thing. By Broadway Comedy Club.
Shout out.
It's $15 every time I go in there, and I still do it. I'll spend Can I say my rant?
Yeah.
Coffee. I spend $7 a day, and we talked about this. I'm like paying for space to do work in there.
Yeah, coffee's a lot.
But I'm like adding that up, and why is it $7? Because oat milk's $1, and you're getting that much, and we do it in the coffee shop I work at, so that's fine. But why are we charging $1 extra for a splash of
We
oat
don't
milk?
charge. In my deli, we don't charge for oat milk.
Really? Yeah, some places don't. But also, I know it's expensive, so this is maybe just an issue with. But it's also one of those things where it's like maybe charge 25 cents.
Yeah.
But they know people pay.
You know what's weird? Does this happen at your place? Sometimes people come in and they're like, can I have a latte, an iced latte? And we don't do that. But a latte is like a lot of milk, right?
Yeah.
It's like primarily milk and then espresso.
Yeah.
And then I go, oh, no, like we don't have lattes. We just have like cold brew or hot coffee. And then they go, okay, like can I get a black coffee then? They go complete opposite.
Oh, right.
And I go, I'm like, yeah, sure. But I'm like,
Yeah.
you wanted the sugar milk with espresso. I don't have that. Now you just go complete.
Black.
It's weird.
Yeah, it is. Another thing people do that drives me nuts is they go, "Oh, can I get a latte?" And then then they stop, and I go, "What kind of milk?" And they go, soy." And I'm like, you didn't think to tell me that from the top?
Yeah.
Like, don't.
Yeah.
And people do it all the time where I'm like,
Do you have soy milk?
yeah,
Wow.
soy and coconut, but soy's on the way out. Like, less and less people do it. Asians like it. But
Shout out Asians.
right. But everyone else, yeah, soy's on the way. But the fact that you don't like,
Yeah, there's like such a specific thing that they want.
yeah,
And they don't tell
I
you.
want to like give them regular milk. This is my last day. I'm gonna give them. They're gonna say, "I want this." It's regular milk. They're gonna take a sip. They're like, "What kind of milk?" I'll be like, "Regular." And they're like, "I want it oat." I'll be like, "Well, why the fuck didn't you say it?" And I'll fucking beat their face in.
And
I'll
then leave.
shit on their kids.
Shit on their kids. What if their kid's not with them?
I'll find them. I'll go
Wow.
get it. This is my rant. I hate children. No, I'm kidding. Okay.
One time I worked at a bagel place in Long Island, and a guy came in, and he was like, "All right, can I get a?" It was something like it was like more on the healthy side, or just like not a lot of food. He's like, "Oh, can I just get like a sesame bagel with butter?" And I was like, "Oh, like we're out of sesame right now. Well, I'll have some in like 10 minutes because we made them there." And he's like, "Oh, all right, just give me a Hungry Man on a Hero." And I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Wait, went
Like he went from like a snack.
right.
He's like, "Oh, no sesame bagel. All right, just give me the Hungry Man on the Hero."
Well, people do this thing, and I'm guilty of this, where you're like, "I'm gonna be healthy. I'm getting a salad," and then you're like,
and then the salad's not there.
yeah. So then they're like, at their whole health plan goes out
It's
the
a
window.
sign.
They're like, "I tried.
Yeah.
I gave it a go, and so now I'm gonna get the
I
Hungry
know, it's
Man."
bad.
Anyway, well,
We're at 57 minutes, guys. I think that's. I think we're good.
I think so.
I think the movie segment was bad,
horrible.
and next week
we're
mystery
learning.
segment will be better.
Yeah, thank you for like coming with us on that journey. But maybe they were reacting. They're like, "What? What? You haven't seen
What?
that?" Can I say one more thing about Titanic?
Yeah.
Her boobs. Go check them out.
I'll check them out as well.
Mostly when she's laying down. Standing up, not as great.
Saggy.
Not saggy, just not as great.
All right. I'm Kellen Breen.
I'm Cody Lewis.
Follow us on Instagram. I'm still rapidly losing followers.
I have faith.
I don't know
in
what's
you.
going on, but follow me.
Follow me, Cody Lewis Comedy. This has been Outstanding Individuals. We will see you next week.
Bye.